Hey boys and girls, I'm going to go ahead and go over your assignment for 1004 in math. I'm going to start by clicking into your math course. And I'm going to scroll down and look at module 10. And we're looking at 10.04b, volume of rectangular prisms. You're going to click on the blank page icon to open up the lesson. You'll click on the lesson to make it bigger. You want to make sure that you go through all pages of this lesson to get all of the content. It's an 8-page lesson. You're going to be learning about volume measurement. Okay, here it goes over what volume measurement is. It gives you the formula that we used. Volume is equal to length times width times height. It goes over how we can use the length times width times height to solve for the volume. There's a video that you can click on by clicking on this image to help you with measuring the volume of rectangular prisms. There is some practice here. More practice. The answers to the practice. And then your assignment. You can click on the link to open up the assignment. And for this assignment, you're going to be completing finding the volume of rectangular prisms. It's a 1-page assignment with 6 different problems where you are solving the volume of each of these rectangular prisms. So we're going to do a couple of these together. So we'll do 1 and 2. Go ahead and screenshot them. All right, so at the top here, you'll notice that we've got our equation. Volume is equal to the length times width times height. So for our first one, I always like to rewrite the equation, and it has it here for us. So the volume is equal to the length. So the length in this case, we could say is 4. Right here, there's our length. So 4 inches times our width is how deep it goes, 4 inches. And times our height, which is here, which is 6 inches. So for that first line, we really can just be writing in that equation for number 1. And then we can solve this equation. So we're doing 4 times 4 times 6. And I'm just rewriting it to kind of keep it organized for myself. I know 4 times 4 is 16. And I'm going to multiply that by 6. I can't do that in my head, so I'm going to do it out in long division. 16 times 6. 6 times 6 is 36, so I put my 6 down, I carry my 3. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 3 is 9. So 96. Our volume is 96 inches cubed. And the reason that it's inches cubed or inches to the 3rd power is because we are multiplying inches times inches times inches. And inches times inches times inches is inches cubed. Now number 2 is a little bit different because number 2 we actually have the volume. So I'm going to use my blue pen for number 2. But for number 2 we already have the volume, 90 inches cubed. So I'm going to rewrite the equation. We know volume is equal to the length times the width times the height. And then I'm going to go plug in my numbers here. I have the volume. The volume is 90. So I'm going to put that in replace of the capital V. 90 inches cubed. The length, we've got 6. Oh, I'm sorry. 3. We've got 3 inches. And the width, we've got 6 inches. and we are missing our height. If you notice, our height is in X. So we're missing that. So I'm going to write a capital X because that's what we're solving for. We're actually going to be solving for this missing measurement. So we need a number that when we multiply 3 times 6 by the number, we get 90. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite the equation. 90 inches cubed is equal to, well, I can solve this part. 3 inches times 6 inches, well, 3 times 6 is 18 times our big X. So we need 18 times a number to get to 90. Well, I know that the opposite of multiplication is division. So I can turn this problem right here into a division problem and solve for this X. Okay, so I'm going to do some division. 90 divided by 18. And I'm going to figure out how many times 18 will go into 90. Okay, well, this might not be easy mental math, so I might have to do some math on the side here. Let's start by checking 18 times 5. Sometimes with math, we have to do a guess and check. So we're going to guess and see what 18 times 5 is. We're going to check that and see if we need to go up or down. 5 times 8 is 40. Put my 4. Put my 0 down, carry my 4. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 4 is 9. Oh, look at that. And I honestly really didn't know that. I just kind of guessed. I usually like to start with 5 or, number it right there in the middle. I know 10 wouldn't work because 18 times 10 would be 180. So I knew 10 would be too big. So I knew it had to be between 1 and 9. I guessed the middle, and that was my first guess. So that was perfect. So I know that 18 will go into 95 times. 5 times 18, we just solved, is 90. We subtract and we get 0. There's no other numbers to bring down. So, with that being said, this X right here is equal to 5. So if I were to come back here and I would do 3 times 6 times 5, we should get 90 inches cubed. So we solved that. 6 times 3 is 18. 18 times 5, we just solved here, is 90. So this missing piece is 5 inches. Okay? When you're done, you'll obviously do 3 through 6. When you're done, you'll go back to bus. Right? You'll do 3, 4, 5, and 6. You'll go back to bus. You'll go to your next activity. You also have your assignment linked here. You'll click on the blue plus button and you'll attach your work. Let me know if you have any questions.